Hello again, and welcome back to Proteor Fitness on Restore Your Everyday. My name is Bethany Nelson, and I'm a physical therapist, amputee rehab specialist, and Polestar Pilates instructor. Joining us today, we have Joe with unilateral below knee amputation, Mia with above knee amputation, and Mitchell with bilateral above knee amputation. As always, please watch the individuals with your same level of amputation for how to modify the exercises for yourself. Today, we're going to work your core, which is your entire midsection. So this includes working your back. Your core is possibly the most important muscle group to work as an amputee because it plays a big role in your posture and your balance. Before we begin, I want to show you some do's and don'ts in how to set your core and sustain your core contraction. I'm going to lay down on my back. All right, so setting your core. When you set your core, I want you to first think of your rib cage like a bell, and the bell is laying on its side. So the bottom of the rib cage is the bottom of the bell. To initiate your core contraction, I want you to swing your bell back. Watch that again. You see my rib cage flare here, and you might even see a little bit of light underneath my back. I want you to swing your rib cage back, tucking that bell down into your abdomen, which flattens your low back. It's different than a butt tuck, okay? That's a pelvic tilt. It's more of a rib tuck. So watch again. This is a rib cage flare, and then I tuck my bell back, and that flattens my back. Okay, now you have set your core, and your spine should be in a neutral position. Now, when we challenge the core with dynamic movements, the position your spine is in when you've set your core should not change when you start moving your arms and legs. In other words, you should maintain a stable core and a neutral spine throughout. For example, when I bring my arms up overhead, it's pretty easy to keep my bell swung back until I get past vertical. And so the weight of the arms wants to start tugging on the back, and the rib cage can flare up. I don't want that. You don't want that. You've dumped everything out the front. You've lost your core control. So you want to tuck those ribs down and keep them down as you reach those arms overhead. If you can't go any further than, say, here before your bell swings because you're not quite strong enough to go further yet, stop here. Don't go past where you have control. So keep control the whole time. All right, our first exercise to help get you a little bit deeper with your core contraction is a serratus reach. Serratus is a muscle that is underneath our shoulder blade and wraps to our rib cage. So bring your arms up vertically towards the ceiling. I want you to swing your bell back. And now I want you to imagine that there's a really cool prize falling from the ceiling, and you're reaching up there to get it. Reach, reach, reach. And do you feel how that deepens your core contraction? Remember this, remember how this feels, and let's keep reaching, keep that rib cage bell swung back, and take 3 good deep breaths in and out. And with your bell swung back, we can't really belly breathe, so we're breathing into the outsides of our ribs, stretching them out to the sides. One more good breath. And keep that core contracted. We're going to move on to our first exercise, which is arm arcs. Okay, so we're swinging our bell back and elongating your spine as you do that. And you're going to bring your arms up overhead, being mindful of keeping the low back flat. Bringing the arms back down to the surface. Bringing the arms back up and down. We're going for 10 repetitions here. We're working on keeping our spinal stability while we have moving arms or shoulders, which is also called shoulder dissociation. Anybody keeping count for me? 3? Okay. So we overuse our spines if we're always carrying our spines along with anything we do with our arms and legs. So we want to work our cores to have a stable spine, whether we're going to go play tennis later or go for a nice long walk or even a swim. You want to be able to move your extremities without always carrying the spine along with you. Are we there yet, Joe? Thank you. And last one. Awesome. Bring your arms back down, take a little break, relax your bell or your core. We're going to go into an exercise next called marching. And same principles apply. We want to swing our bell back and keep that nice neutral spine. Palms are down on the floor, and you can lightly press into your pinky side of your hand to engage the back side of your arms and back. Now we're going to lift one leg up to what we call a tabletop position. Okay? And as we lower down that leg, that's where we have to work the core to not let that heavy leg pull our backs up off the ground. Okay? So bring it back up. And on the lowering, that's where the real work has to happen. Touch it down, bring it right back up. And this is 3, and up. Keep your shoulders nice and flat on the surface, and your collarbones sticking out to the sides of the room so they're not up here, hiked up. Press them down. I like to exhale with the lift. Inhale on the lower. What do we have left, Joe? 5. Okay. Anybody else want to keep count? She might have had you do more. All right, a couple more here. Last one on this side. Let's go ahead and rest that foot. And now we'll go to the other leg, whichever leg you didn't already do. Set that core by swinging your bell back. Okay, let your shoulders melt into the surface. And now we're going to bring our right leg up to that tabletop position, and then lower it nicely down. Inhale or exhale. Just breathe. I like to exhale on the lift, inhale on the lower. If you're doing your sound limb side, you definitely feel the difference here, as that leg's going to be a lot heavier than your residual limb side. It just challenges your core more. You're certainly welcome to do all of these exercises with your prosthesis on, by the way. It is going to add a lot of work to your core. It's much heavier, as you know. Anybody keeping count for me? Thank you. 8, 9, and 10. All right. Next exercise is called bent knee fall outs. We'll start with our left leg, everybody. So I want you to bend your knee or knees. And Mitchell, if you're a bilateral amputee like Mitchell, whether you're bilateral above knee or below knee, you're going to have to make some modifications. So please watch Mitchell to get any modifications needed as a bilateral amputee. So Mitchell's just going to stick his legs straight up in the air. And the rest of us are going to bend our sound limb knee, placing that foot flat on the floor, and then match your sound limb thigh with your residual limb thigh. We're going to start with our left legs here. So set your core, bringing that bell back. Keep your tummy tight and keep your pelvis anchored on both sides as you lower your left leg out to the side, but make sure you're keeping that right back side of your pelvis anchored. Don't let the heavy weight of the left leg pull you into rotation like I'm showing you here. Okay, keep it anchored down using core. Keep those shoulder blades nice and open, collarbones open to the sides of the room. Again, limit your range of motion here. If going all the way down is too hard and you can't keep your core control, then make it a smaller motion. We've got to be close, Joe. Couple more? Just hold it, sorry. Oh, you can also hold these if you want to. I'd say we have about 2 more left. Okay, almost there. All right, so now if you worked your sound limb side already with that heel down, then you're going to just lift your residual limb side out to the side and back in, keeping the thighs in that same angle as the bent leg that has the foot on the floor. Okay, again, anchoring down, so we're moving that heavier right leg out to the side. So keep that left back side of your pelvis nicely anchored to the surface you're laying on. Okay, 6. All right, I believe that's 10. And rest that leg down. Okay, let everything go. Take some nice deep breaths. Our next exercise is a challenging one. It's an assisted roll up and assisted roll down. Please watch Mitchell again, everybody, if you're bilateral, so that you'll know how to modify this exercise for you. So what we're going to start with is we're going to swing our bell back and bring our legs up into that tabletop position again, one leg and then the other. You're going to hold on to the backs of your thighs and press your thighs into your hands. Believe me, the more you press those thighs away from your hands, the more it helps you to roll up to sitting, okay? Again, not everybody's going to get all the way up, and that's okay, as long as you're working towards getting all the way up to a sitting position. So we're going to inhale. On the exhale, press your legs away from your core and try to roll all the way up. It's okay to use some momentum here if you need to, okay? Now, once you're up, and yes, please walk up with your hands if you need to do that too. Now we're gonna inhale nice and long in our spine. On the exhale, tuck your tail under, press your legs down, try to keep your feet on the ground as long as you can. Let your foot drag down, and you're slowly rolling back down into that position on your back again. We're going to do 5 of these. Inhale. On the exhale, push your legs away, tuck your head, neck, and shoulders, push through, and try to roll all the way up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, tuck your tail, keep that rib cage swung back, keep those feet down or foot down as long as you can and roll all the way back. Inhale. Exhale, press through the legs, roll it up. Inhale, exhale, roll it on down. I think that was 3. Inhale, exhale, push. Good. Inhale, exhale, roll back. Good. Last one. Inhale. On the exhale, press those legs, curl the body, and up we go. Inhale, roll it back on the exhale, and bring it on down. There you go. Nice assisted roll up and roll down. Hug your knees into your chest just for a nice little break here. We've got some isometrics next, which is basically where you're fighting your own body and there's no actual movement, just contraction going on. All right, so let's bring our legs down to start this, guys. Okay, all right, so reset your core. We're gonna go into some isometrics, like I said. Swing that bell back, and we're gonna bring one leg up to tabletop, and then the other. All right, now your hands are gonna go on the fronts of your thighs, and you're gonna press your thighs into your hands and your hands into your thighs, and you're fighting yourself, and you're probably shaking, I know I am, and then release. Okay, so you're deepening that core contraction, diving your lower ribs deeper into your abdomen as you press. Here we go again, breathe in. On the exhale, work and blow all your air out. And rest, breathe in. On the exhale, blow it all out. Good, breathe in, we have 2 more. On the exhale, push. Pull with the knees, push with the hands, blow it all out. Good, 1 more, inhale. On the exhale, here we go, push. Very good, bring one leg down and then the other. All right, we're all done with this position. So we're gonna roll to our left side. For an exercise called side crunch. I want you to bend your hips and knees to 90-90 position and get your back side of your body lined up with the back side of your mat or the surface that you're laying on. You're gonna place your bottom hand underneath your head, or your forearm can be underneath your head to give you a little support. If you have a little pillow, please feel free to use that as well. Bring your top arm right on top of your hip. We're gonna swing your bell back. Breathe in through your nose. And on the exhale, I want you to bring your, reach down towards the bottom of your mat, crunching your side body up. And come on down, inhale, and exhale, crunch. Don't use your bottom arm here to help you. So pick up that elbow if you need to, okay? So you're not pushing through the arm. Reach and lower back down. inhale, and exhale, reach, and lower back down. Keep that bell tucked back. Inhale, exhale. We've got about 6 to go. Inhale and exhale, reach, bring it down and up and down and up, and 4 to go, I think. Good. Everybody doing okay? 2, and last one, 1. Very good. All right, moving on to something a little bit more challenging. Let's take some good deep breaths in before we go into our side planks. Get up onto our shoulder here. And our legs, you want to pull those hips back so that they're in a slight bend, and then your knees are still at about a 90-degree bend. Or excuse me, at least 45-degree bend. They can be at a 90-degree bend as well. Now, it's important that you set this up correctly. Don't let yourself slump into your shoulder, okay? And let your belly and your rib cage sag to the floor. I want strong shoulders here, so push the ground away with your elbow, and then bring your rib cage up so that you're in this nice diagonal line. All right, now you're welcome to have your fingers in front of your navel here or your fist, but try not to roll too much forward with this exercise. Now we're going to swing our bell back, setting our core, and we're going to press into that bottom leg and into the arm to lift our hip off of the ground here. We're going to sustain this for about 5 seconds. And then lower back down. Notice I didn't cave into my shoulder though. Keep that rib cage lifted away from the surface. Breathe in, and on the exhale, lift. Bring it down. So try to hold it as long as your exhale. Inhale, exhale, lift, hold, and lower. Got 2 more. Inhale, exhale, keep that bell tucked back. Keep the arm reaching out of its socket through the surface. Keep the rib cage lifted. We've got 1 more, lower down. And now, here we go, last one. Lift and hold. 2, 3, 4, and 5, lower down. Nice side plank. All right. So we're going to roll or spin or flip, I guess, to the other side to work that side. So first one, we're down on our sides with our forearm under, or our hand under our head, the lower hand. And pick up that elbow just to get it out of your way, that bottom elbow. 90-90 at the hips and knees, and then our top arm lays on top of our pelvis. We're going to inhale and swing that bell back, and on the exhale, lift and crunch that side body, reaching our arm down to the bottom of our mat, and lower down. Exhale with the lift. Exhale with the lift. 4, 5. 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice preparation for side plank. Go ahead and prop up onto your forearm. You can have your hand flat on that bottom hand. You can have it fisted, turned, however you like it. But press through the shoulder, lift the rib cage out, swing the legs back so the hips are in a slight bend, knees are still bent, 45 to 90 degrees or so. All right, inhale and pull that rib cage backwards, setting your core. Exhale and lift. 4, 5, bring it back down. Inhale, exhale, lift. And lower down. Got 3 more. Inhale and lift. And lower. 2 more. Tuck that bell back and lift. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your head reaching and in line with your spine. And lower. And here we go for the last one. Press, hold, almost done, and lower. Very good. All right, we're gonna roll onto our stomachs for a beginner Superman, because I'm sure you all feel like Superman right now, right? Okay, your hands are gonna go by your sides with palms up. Now, to set your core in this position, think of pulling your pubic bone, which is that bone in the front of your pelvis, pull it towards your lower rib cage. It's not, I don't want you to do it all by tucking your butt muscles. It's more of tucking your abdominals. I want you to think about an ice cube directly underneath your belly button, and you're pulling your belly flesh away from that ice cube. Now, as we lift our bodies, it's going to be hard to not let everything pooch out, okay? Try not to let everything pooch. I'd rather you not lift very high and keep that core control. So inhale. On the exhale, lift arms and legs and lower. And again, lift and lower. 3, down, 4, and down. Keep it up at this pace. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Okay, we get to push up onto hands and knees, or if you're bilateral, please watch Mitchell for a modification for this next stretch, which is prayer stretch. You're going to sit back on your heel and bring your arms out in front of you, nice and stretched out. Bring your head down to the mat. Take some nice deep breaths, breathing right into your low back. I love this stretch. One more nice deep breath. All right, y'all can return to sitting. All right, everyone, I hope you feel as good as I do after doing these exercises today. If you feel like this exercise class was a little bit easy for you, or you've done this class several times and you feel you're ready for a bigger challenge, I hope you'll join me in 2 weeks from now when we release Back and Abs 2 on Restore Your Everyday under Proteor Fitness. But wait, there's more. Next week, come on back to this channel to work out with me in Butt and Hips 1. We will release it next Tuesday. Remember to get your cardio and stretching in daily as well. See my cardio pump and stretch it out videos under Proteor Fitness on this channel for a great place to start. I look forward to working out with you again soon. I hope you have a great day. Many blessings. Bye.